Year 5. So today we are going to be looking at our grammar feature spotting. So yesterday we looked at genre feature spotting. Today we are focusing on some grammar, okay? Now we're going to look at some grammar today and also tomorrow as well. So it's not all of it covered today. I'm just going to have a look at a little snippet from our example text yesterday and apply that to our chapter 1 of The Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe. So to start off, I want us to recall, can you tell me what we call a descriptive word? There is a special word that you should be able to say straight away of why we call descriptive words that significant word. Okay, so can you tell me what they are called? Should be a very straight answer for that one, and I should see it written on the top of your sheet when you post it on Dojo, and I can give you a big tick for that one because you have remembered, even though we've just had half term, you have remembered what it is called. Okay? So here we have our features for today. So we're going to be looking out for adjectives. Now I'm hoping that that is your answer to the question I have just asked you. And then we are going to be looking at dialogue, so the speech marks, using that to convey characters. Looking at linking words or phrases, so remember our time adverbials that we've looked at with our diary writing. Place adverbials when we did prepositions, right back when we did Percy Jackson, if you can remember that far back, when we did our big maps, for those of you that can remember. And also number ones like firstly, secondly, etc. Okay, parenthesis, we should be able to remember that. We've had a look at that in depth when we did our non-crons. So the brackets, dashes and commas to add extra information. And also the relative clauses or subordinate clauses using a relative pronoun. So the pronouns are who, which, where, when, whose and that. We should remember those ones as well because we focused on that last half term. If you draw this table for me and make sure you have enough room for the examples in the text as well. It's not as a big table as yesterday, so it shouldn't take you as long. So here is our example text from yesterday. Now I've used colours to show you today what I am looking for in our grammar feature spot. So we've got yellow, which shows the character's description and setting and atmosphere. I've got blue for linking words and phrases. I've got pink for parenthesis, and I've got green for relative clauses or relative pronouns. All right, so I have like Susie and Patrick in brackets. Now straight away you should be thinking, Miss, I know what that is. That's parenthesis. It's adding the extra information. It's telling us their names. So that indicates the parenthesis. So I've highlighted that pink. Normally in school we would be able to do this feature spotting nice and easy with our colours, making it all nice and neat. But it's a little bit more difficult with the online learning. So we're just going to use the colours to show you today. And then I'll show you how we drop them down just as we did yesterday, okay? Then we have yellow for Susie was a lively, adventurous girl with a wild imagination. Now I have highlighted that yellow because it adds extra description about our character Susie. It used adjectives, it used lively, adventurous girl with a wild imagination, rather than just saying Susie was a girl with a wild imagination. It's just more exciting to read with more description. Then we have who. Now, who is our relative pronoun, isn't it? Okay? So, who would always be off outdoors, leading adventures and misbehaving. So, that is our relative pronoun sentence, a relative clause or subordinate clause, whichever way you like to say it. So, it's added extra information about our Susie. Then, I have highlighted often in blue because that is a time adverbial. And then when things like this happened is a linking phrase between those two sentences. So again, that is blue. All right. Then I've got an extra one this time. So my fifth feature is using the dialogue to convey characters. So using speech, the speech punctuation. So stop it at once, roared Dad. So I've highlighted that, the peachy colour, to show that it has got the dialogue there. During the summer holidays describes the atmosphere, because it's in the summer, we now know what it is like, okay? Then we've got Dad, who, I should be screaming at the screen and saying, Miss, I know that is a relative pronoun. I know that who indicates a relative pronoun and it is a relative clause sentence. I should hope that you are doing that. So we have who didn't know how much more of this horrendous behaviour he could tolerate. So it's added extra information about Dad. Then again we have the dialogue to convey characters, so it shows that Dad is pleading for them to get along. And then seconds later is a time adverbial. We should be absolutely superstars at those because we have focused quite a lot on those in our Year 5 writing. Right then, so it's over to you guys now. Here is the grid that you have or will be drawing for today. 5 features to be looking at in our Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe, Chapter 1. So I have attached the whole of the chapter for you to go through at your own pace and find some examples from the text. Now I've not included any examples today because I believe that you guys can find these 5 features, there's only 5 for the grammar today, really simply and effectively. Okay? So I've included the whole chapter for you. Go slowly, take as much time as you need, and find those really exciting parts with the dialogue, where it has some really good description, where it has used parenthesis, those linking phrases, looking for time adverbials and phrases. Okay? So here is the chapter for you to look through. And then I've just got a little question at the end. Did you manage to find many examples? So when you post it onto Dojo, I should be able to see your beautiful handwriting, your neatly drawn grid, and your 5 features that you have found. Now I know you can find them all in this chapter because it is a very exciting first chapter.